Well, happy Friday. Today was a big one. It's my last day in this office. I'm moving offices. The new one's not fully done yet, so there's still be some changes and some learning curves and all that stuff that a new office brings. But yeah, last day in this office. It's been a fun ride. Been here for, I don't know, 3 years or something, 4 years. But yeah, ending the day with a couple of base hit trades. Overall, really solid session, even in the midst of a lot of volatility. Took the exact same setup twice, just reversed. We're gonna go ahead and recap those right now. But Monday is also a big day, launching the name of my trading platform that we've been working on for a couple years now, as well as the early beta sign up link through the website. That will be a rolling start. All of that's happening on Monday, so make sure you tune into the live stream then and the recaps if you want to learn more about it. The main channel, Trades by Matt, is where I live stream. It's free to watch every morning at market open. This was done today on my 20, 50K Apex funded accounts. You can use code TBM for the best discount always. Let's dive into today's recap. Yo, good morning. Happy Friday. Welcome to the stream. I had a very unfortunate incident. You look closely. I smashed my headphone. I only have one ear in, and now I can hear myself talk, and I hate it. I might have to go back to the overhead ears until my new ones come in 2 weeks. I was cleaning my office yesterday, packing up, obviously, as you can see. And they must have fallen on the ground. I had a box in my hand, and I just stepped right on it, and it shattered into quite literally a million pieces. Rip. I hate hearing myself talk on stream. It is like the worst thing ever. 1 second. All right. That's better. All right. Markets are opening here in 10 seconds. We had a really nice slap. What is that? It's like almost 300 points off of unemployment. Oh, no, excuse me. NFP. I didn't realize there was an NFP day. Oops. Almost 100 or almost 300 points off of NFP. Other than that, we got Michigan sentiment coming out at 9. That's going to be the only action news-wise that we have the rest of the session. Markets are open. I guess the big question here, as we are 50% of the retrace from the dump, is do we continue to 300 or not? Chad, how was your day off yesterday? Your tweet yesterday had my head spinning. I had all my days mixed up. That was the goal, man. That was the goal. I'm not a huge I think a good funny troll every now and then is worth it. I'm not like one that will just rip it out constantly. This was my tweet yesterday morning. Had my best trading day ever today. I tried to throw these in there to like make it pretty sarcastic. I love super volatile opens like this. Markets on easy mode. If you didn't crush today, try changing your strat. Freaking Peter Brandt. No ego here. Oh man. Got a wick test technically fired up here. I don't hate the wick test. 67. Downside being that it's right at those blocks that might sweep us up. This wick test is also like 90 points or something crazy. 70 points, I guess. Which is pretty aggressive. Is anybody taking that or front running it? Did anybody take the wick test? Seems very sketchy with those blocks above it to me. That's why I didn't take it. Looks like it played if you front ran it a little bit. All right, here comes 9 o'clock news, chat. Books are opening up. There we go. Cleaned out the 21K. 80's next stop. If we keep going down, it's a big one. Here. Last time we ran it by 20 points or so. We're right around here right now again. Well, the wick test actually played really well. I was terrified to take it. First wick test was front run a little bit. Untested wick ended up playing pretty nice. Who would have known that, I guess. But yeah, it's a 100-point move. 100-point move off the untested wick. I mean, this tiny little candle is 30 points. My 1-minute chart and my 5-minute chart are on 40-point increments. Normally it's on 10-point increments. So we're you know, in a very not official way, like kind of 4x normal volatility. What's VIX at? VIX is almost to a 20, up 10%. Okay, down here though, actually somewhat of an interesting spot. One I'm down to take for a very quick trade, risking 10 points or so. Off of the hammer, 50% retrace, looking for a prior open. Pull back into the prior open, get filled out for 10 points there. Just how I wanted to draw it up. A little quick, it is a counter move, so you gotta be careful with those, but the risk was tight. Counter move like that, hammer on the 1 minute, retrace 50% of the wick, stop at the prior low, looking at whatever targets you want. For me, that was a 10-point standard base hit target, which also lined up with the prior open. That was pretty clean, honestly. Again, it's kind of the only iffy part there is the fact that it's counter trend on a day where we're down 2%, but with defined risk, I don't hate it. And I really like the setup after a really nice slap to put in a hammer, retrace at 50% and grab it. Counter trend gets really hairy if it's not super defined, or if you don't have a limit on how many tries you're going to take. Because a lot of people on counter moves like this, they'll just have stops at the low over and over and over again. So they think that they're still getting cheap trades over and over and over again. We just flush it and they don't stop, right? And that's where it gets bad. If you're going to take a counter trend trade like that and you have a defined risk, which is fairly easy as you're making new lows because you just put it at new lows, honestly. A lot of people don't do that, and they'll take, you know, 5, 6, 7 trades like that, and all of a sudden it adds up pretty bad and nasty. Just a reminder, this is the last stream in this office. We'll be at the new office on Monday. It's not going to be fully finished yet. Things will be getting added over time. Monday is also trading platform name announcement, as well as websites dropping for early beta signups. And it'll be rolling starts on the beta, so it's not going to be like all at once. It'll just be rolling starts, and you'll have to check your email for when it's your turn to get in. What is IBL? IBL is initial balance low. It's the first hour high and low. So the red line and the green line, which you can't even see the green line right now, IBH, initial balance high. These lines will move the first hour as we make new lows. And then once the first hour of the day is done, so 8:30 to 9:30, at 9:30, those lines are locked in, and then we can use the initial balance strategy to execute it. Right now, there's nothing to trade off of it. I mean, honestly, potentially I could snag that also off the doji off the 1 minute, but again, counter trade, not really feeling it. But technically possible. It's still alive technically. Hasn't made new lows yet, but I feel like we're going to. I mean, if we're super heavy, this is an interesting spot. 30 is interesting spot if we're super heavy. Now the big question is, are we going to grind 100 points into these blocks? The 200 liquidities blocks that are sitting there. Nice little hammer. I'm going to take a short here. If we run it, we run it, and I'll be down $50 on the day. But I like the hammer at the level that we're at with the 50s. I think it makes a lot of sense. Especially with the whole move being down. I'm actually going to go and move this break even, my stop break even. There's no reason to lose money on this trade after I'm up 5 points. This is a free trade. There's 10 points. So that's 2 base hits on the session. 2 base hits. Literally, I took the same exact setup twice, just reversed. I mean, literally the exact same setup. I took the hammer. We had a bottoming hammer after a nice dump, right? I took the 50% retrace of the wick, stop below the prior wick, running it up for 10 points. That was the first trade. Second trade, I took the exact same thing. We had a nice move to the upside. Trend is down. I felt a little more comfortable with this one, to be honest. Trend is down, right? So we get a nice little push up. We get a hammer. I take the 50% retrace of the short wick, or of the wick, excuse me. And I get 10 points out of it. Stop was at the prior high. I moved to break even once I was 5 points up.